Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Saheem the Dream, back again with another video. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section below on this current topic that I'm talking about. And also hit that notification bell so you could be notified for whenever I drop a new video. Now let's get into the topic at hand. Drew McIntyre being the world champion and the fate of WrestleMania. The fate of WrestleMania. Now, I wanted to talk about this a while ago. It took me a while to kind of upload this video, but being that we're heading into Elimination Chamber, and after Elimination Chamber, we have WrestleMania. I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Pretty much before Elimination Chamber is done, and we see what those results are in regards to whether Cody Rhodes wins, Randy Orton wins, hopefully Obafemi is in the Elimination Chamber, or if Gunther is the winner of the Elimination Chamber, right? So, with that said, I want to talk about Drew McIntyre potentially being a transitional champion. Is Drew McIntyre a transitional champion? We've seen how Drew McIntyre won the belt against Cody Rhodes. It wasn't a clean victory. It was due to the interference of Jacob Fatu, which ultimately leads me to believe that they want to keep Cody looking strong and they don't want the outcome to be in the favor of Drew McIntyre having that potential of beating Cody Rhodes. But we may get a swerve, especially with Triple H's booking. I like his booking because he tends to hit us with a lot of swerves. Some swerves are predictable. Well, for me, they're not that predictable. I don't think anybody would call them predictable, but a lot of times he hits us from left field with certain outcomes and conclusions to matches that we don't see coming. And sometimes fans wish that certain matches were booked a certain way and it doesn't get booked the way that they hoped it would get booked. Like in the case of John Cena tapping out to Gunther in his last match. Now, without further ado, I want to talk about it. I think we should talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Seeing the dream. Check it from the one.
Charming, thanks, Cody.
Seeing the dream.
Shit. See him the dream, had a vision from day one. After a few conversations, the WTNT era officially had begun. Creating constant content, so the brand don't lose its oozy. His knowledge for this business is like no other. He's the show off, and if you don't agree, let me tell you some brother. Next we have the wild card, and I say that loosely. The big bad booty daddy, but only if you're nasty. The best all around wrestling fan, if you ask me. He'll hit you with Steiner math while we're live. But we have to reel him in because he swerves when he drives. Last but not least, J. McMahon, the architect of all of them. So acknowledge him, the silent assassin, but challenge him if you dare. He'll instantly turn into your American nightmare. We say what we want? Because we're wild men, Mark Mero. And we're never scared, cero miedo. This undisputed kingdom is always on their shit because there's no pod better than us. And you know it, yeah.
Cody Rhodes will ultimately lose his undisputed title to Drew McIntyre on an episode of SmackDown in the 3 Stages of Hell match. Now, Drew McIntyre winning this undisputed title was something that was long overdue according to a lot of fans, and that's something that a lot of fans wanted. Me, on the other hand, I think that Drew McIntyre definitely deserved a world title reign, but I believe that it should have been done at the expense of Cody Rhodes losing clean in that 3 Stages of Hell match. It would have made Drew McIntyre look strong and credible. Now, the reason why I say that is because looking at Cody Rhodes' title reigns, right? His 2 title reigns. His first title reign, his opponents were Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa, and AJ Styles. Those were his first 4 opponents, or his only 4 opponents in his first title reign. And then in his second title reign, his major and only major opponent was Drew McIntyre, who ultimately wound up taking the title off of him, right? Now, with Cody Rhodes' 2 title reigns, I felt like they could have been a lot better, and they could have been booked a lot better based on who he faced initially coming into his first title reign. I felt like his first opponent should have been Drew McIntyre. Then he should have went to Kevin Owens, then on to Solo Sikoa. Then, you could throw Logan Paul and AJ Styles in there, but those two should have been the last. The reason why I say Drew McIntyre is because Drew McIntyre has the potential to be a credible foe against someone in the likes of Cody Rhodes, who's booked as a major babyface. Now, Kevin Owens, in my opinion, out of all the people he feuded with, he was the best one to feud with Cody. And I felt like it had a lot of drama, a lot more action, and they had the best matches in regards to who he had matches with in his whole entire feud for the undisputed title. Now, the reason why I say Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and then Solo Sikoa, I say those three in that particular order, is because it would have made Cody Rhodes look like a strong babyface, and it would have made his championship reign a lot more exciting. Him going up against Drew McIntyre, who is someone who was long overdue for a undisputed title reign, and then also Kevin Owens, who's another person who's overdue for a heavyweights title reign, and also Solo Sikoa, who has the potential to be a world champion. Now, these three guys are major heels, and they're booked as such, and him going into a feud with those three guys initially for his first title reign would have made his title reign a lot more exciting. But they decided to go with AJ Styles, which I thought didn't work well, and it felt very flat because AJ Styles being someone who is seen more so as a babyface, and even if he's a heel, he's still seen as somewhat of a exciting heel babyface. It's very gray with someone like AJ Styles. And it felt very flat with him coming off of such a high of winning the title off of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41. And I felt like WWE definitely could have booked it a little bit better. But with Cody Rhodes now having someone of the likes of Drew McIntyre to cause somewhat of a disruption in him being a world champion at this particular time and taking the title off of him, I feel like it's a little too late in the game for them to do that. So my suggestion and what I hope they do is have Drew McIntyre either retain at WrestleMania or have someone in the likes of Gunther, Obafemi, or Randy Orton take the title off of Drew McIntyre. Now, I think that Drew McIntyre's title reign may or may not be transitional. Now, most times when a person is considered a transitional champion, they hold a title for like a month, 2 months. Not a very long time, not long enough to have enough opponents to defend the title against to seem as a credible reigning champion. This is kind of different in the case when it comes to Jade Cargill because she's only defended her title, I believe, once, and that was against Jordan Grace. So Jordan Grace is the only person that Jade Cargill has defended her title against. I believe it was actually twice, but it could have been just Jordan Grace in this past SmackDown. But anyway, now when a performer is deemed as someone that the company believes in, you see it. You see them go up against different opponents night in, night out. They have multiple feuds, and they build them to have a lengthier reign. And I feel like with Drew McIntyre, I'm not sure that this may be the case with Drew, but those plans may possibly change. And I don't know if this would work for Cody if Cody goes in to the Elimination Chamber, wins the chamber, goes up against Drew McIntyre, and takes the title off of him. I think that what it's going to cause and may cause is a lot of fan backlash and cause Cody's character to become quite stale because now he's just booked as another Super Cena, another person who's unbeatable. And, when it came to us having these unbeatable super soldier type professional wrestlers who is booked to be the top guy and is unbeatable, I think the best recipe for that particular situation is for WWE to book their champions like Hogan, like Roman Reigns, or Bruno Sammartino, where they held on to the belt for a long time when the momentum is high. And then when they, eventually decide to lose the belt or have them drop the belt to someone else because their momentum in that title reign has ran for too long or it's becoming quite stale, then they can build that person back up to have another lengthier reign, which will make the champion seem and feel a lot more credible. And of course, add more validity to the person that actually beats them or make them seem more like a credible or stronger champion and make their champion reigns or championship reigns seem a lot more significant. especially with them having lengthier reigns. That's my personal opinion. I think that lengthier reigns uh, definitely help the champions and help those who defeat those champions and make those champions add a little bit more to and value to their wins and losses. Now, Drew McIntyre, who is someone who may potentially lose the title at WrestleMania, um, this is something that I think that WWE should definitely avoid. I'm not a big Drew McIntyre fan, but just as a person who is very creative, highly creative, and just feel like, that they can get a little bit more and squeeze a little bit more out of what they're doing with Drew McIntyre, that would be the best decision in order to make things a little bit more challenging and, of course, tell a better story in regards to his feud with Cody Rhodes. Now, they should definitely eventually give the belt back to Cody. And I believe, and we all know and feel like this is the inevitable. The inevitable is Cody is going to eventually get the title off of Drew McIntyre. But in my personal opinion, I really think that they should, if anything, have the belt be dropped to Randy Orton. Randy Orton should take the title off of Drew McIntyre after WrestleMania, and then they should work in a feud with Cody and Randy Orton. Now, the problem I kind of have with the feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes is we don't have the crazy, deranged voices in his head, punt kicking, psychotic Randy Orton, the one that feuded with Triple H, the one that beat up Legacy, the one that would have done anything to get his hands on a world title, Randy Orton. And that's the Randy Orton I want to see go up against Cody Rhodes. And he, in my personal opinion, would be someone that will pull out another side of Cody Rhodes. And another reason why I'm making this video is because I wanted to really kind of dig into not just Drew McIntyre potentially holding the belt a little bit longer and them squeezing a little bit more of that heel juice out of Drew McIntyre, but more so what WWE could do with building up to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, and how I believe Randy Orton is a person that can really pull out a more fascinating side of Cody Rhodes that we need to see. And that's the thing about being a leader of the company or the franchise. Like, you have to be able to constantly keep us entertained, because it's sports and entertainment, even though we're more so in a pro wrestling era, but it's still entertainment, and we need that entertainment value. And we also need to see a more stronger dynamic in Cody, where it doesn't feel monotonous and mechanical or a little dry. Cody Rhodes is definitely one of my favorite wrestlers right now, but I definitely feel like sometimes Cody Rhodes, in regards to how WWE was booking his feuds in the past, got a little stale. And it was very, 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 very much needed for Cody Rhodes to have the title taken off of him by Drew McIntyre, but I feel like it would have been a lot better had Drew beat him clean. Anyways, I just kind of want to just dig into that really quickly. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you want Drew McIntyre to keep the title after WrestleMania? Do you think Randy Orton should be the person that takes the title off of Drew McIntyre and Cody take the title off of Randy Orton? Do you guys think that Randy Orton will be somebody that can pull out a more exciting side of Cody Rhodes and another dynamic of Cody Rhodes that we have yet to see? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys want someone else like the likes of Gunther or the likes of Obafemi to go into WrestleMania and beat Drew McIntyre for the title? How do you guys feel about Drew McIntyre being a world champion? Right now, in this current stage, I think Drew McIntyre is doing really well. Like, I like him for what he's doing. And as far as the show feeling a lot more fresh, Cody Rhodes as a champion felt quite stale sometimes, as I said before. And Drew McIntyre being the person holding the title is very much needed. Very, very much needed. And honestly speaking, I honestly feel like I'm not ready for Cody Rhodes to hold on to the title again just yet. I think they should kind of hold out a little bit. And if Cody Rhodes does get the title, right, it should be for another short period to drop it to somebody like Obafemi, or drop it to someone in the likes of Gunther. I honestly think that Gunther is somebody who should get another title reign this year, but not just for a short period as he's had it in the past, but give him a more lengthier reign as a heel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We are a week out from Elimination Chamber to find out exactly who would be the person that is going up against Drew McIntyre, which will be very interesting to see exactly what direction WWE takes. Does Triple H take a risk and go with someone else to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania? Or does Triple H do the predictable thing and book Cody Rhodes to go up against Drew McIntyre because Cody Rhodes is our big baby face? And if Triple H decides to go with the predictable thing, I wouldn't be so mad about it. I just think that Cody Rhodes potentially winning that title back from Drew McIntyre, as I said before, could hurt him and could potentially damage his image with the fans. And Cody Rhodes may potentially become a polarizing character like John Cena. And that's something that the WWE definitely wants to avoid. Cody Rhodes needs to have another challenge set before him that seems and feels like it's unbeatable. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.